get attacked by wasps. So again, I don't know where we'll edit this into the film, but I don't know how long ago it was now, maybe a week, 2 weeks time, but it moves on so fast that we started to make a film out in the field about changing the tires on the tractor, on the Soviet tractor, and due to the noise of the different machines and compressors, either I got confused or GoPro got confused, but when I told it to do what it should do, voice command, it did exactly the opposite. So I missed out a lot of the film, but you get the gist. So now I just want to fill in a little bit so you understand what was going on. Basically, we had a flat out in the field. We were trying to cut the lucerne. The tyre was well past its sell-by date, and to get it onto firmer ground so we could get a jack under it and change the tyre in the field, we had to spoil it by driving on a flat tyre. And as I said, I went and bought 4 new tyres that day. The old ones are here. You can now judge the size of them, but I mean they were actually stitched in places. I mean they'd made, you know, repairs. All the beading's gone. Anyway, he basically bashed the crap out of the beading, and then Tyre levered it off and did the reverse, but he pinched the inner tube, putting it in, and so they drove off thinking we had a secure tyre, and we didn't. So then they had to come back out again, pump the tyre up and said drive back to the farmyard, easy to fix it, and that happened. But again, because the leak was more severe, the puncture to the tube was more severe than we'd accounted for. We only got about 500 meters and it went flat again, so he had to again bash the beading and put the second new inner tube in. And I couldn't get that, that was on a Friday, and I didn't get that inner tube fixed until a Sunday in Bulgaria. It cost me €2.50 to get a patch on a tube, but I lost the time. Anyway, here's the old girl now, swing around with 4 new dancing shoes on. She looks very nice in her new dancing shoes. And this old girl is a Soviet tractor made in the Ukraine. We call it a UMZ, or you American cousins might call it a UMZ. And UMZ basically stands for Южный машиностроительный завод, means the South Machine Factory, for want of a better word. But this has a label on here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not. It basically says that she went under a capital renovation, remont, in a zavod, in a factory in Schumann. Gives all the details and the date, which I can't see with my sunglasses on. In 2005. So you can get an idea. And diesel in the Soviet Union was extremely cheap. And although diesel is not the most practical of fuels to use in a climate like Russia, where it gets very cold, it seems to me that they got round it by not having electric starters on them, although you can get them. This has what we call a pre-start. It requires a 2-stroke mix, and it requires a pull toggle, which you saw in the clip somewhere. Timo was rolling it back up, because without that we can't start her. And a bit of process of butterflying this and opening that and getting that right. And she'll fire up, you know, in -30, although we don't have that, fortunately we don't have that kind of severe weather, -15. Here with the wind chill factor is about the worst it gets where I am in Bulgaria. So that's basically it. I just wanted to round it off. He also, which I was showing in the clip that didn't get filmed, that he recently just changed all the hydraulic pipes for fast changeover, fast clip overs. She's got one eye poked out up there, that's got to be repaired. But in principle, yeah, she's old and she's oily, and she loses a bit of hydraulic oil now and again, but we're working with her, and Timo is working with her. And so that's that. Hi, welcome back to Bulgarian Organic Smallholding. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We have a problem with a tractor. We're going to try to fix it. We'll show you what we're going to do. It might be interesting, it might not. It's up to you. over now for now. So, as I said, we're in the middle of nowhere, a few kilometers from the village. Timo was out here with our Soviet tractor, UMZ. Actually, it was in the Soviet Union, it was made. It's an old girl, and we have a flat tire. We never had this problem before, and now we need to deal with it. Started it up. It'd be difficult to hear me. There's no electric start on these old tractors. Anyway, this is the problem. The old tires, really old, and they're gonna have to drive it out on the rim to a bit more stronger, a bit more substantial soil. So the Bulgarian Meister is coming out shortly. Over in that direction there is our Iveco. I have 4 new tires on it, 2 back ones and 2 front ones. He's going to change this wheel out here in the field, which I'll film because I've never seen it done before. And then Timo's going to continue to cut this lucerne. We were out here in April. We made a reconnaissance film, so you're familiar with where we are, in the middle of nowhere.
Putting the key again away.
Yes, putting the toggle key again away so we don't lose it because we can't start it. Most of this old Soviet tractors, bulldozers and whatever, they're diesel, but they have this pre-starting system because it gets bloody cold there, you know. They must put additives in the diesel, but I'll just swing around. This is just driving on the rim. The tire's completely knackered anyway, so it ain't gonna make a huge difference. And the Meister, I understand, is coming down possibly in this big old Russian bat. That's a huge thing, and I want to know how he's going to do this because he says he's got a compressor on it. I have never seen I've always wondered how you change a bloody tractor tire in the field. It's one thing when you're at your base, another thing when you're out in the field, so this is going to be interesting. So the aim is now to change this deflated, destroyed tire. It's certainly destroyed now driving on the rim, and then Timo will manage with the 3 existing tires which are on their last legs anyway, and we'll take it back to the base here in our village, what was before the cooperative farm, and the guy will change the other 3 tires tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday we'll be back to put the baler on and start to bale what we've cut, if all goes to plan. Let's see how it works out. So I'm going to fade out now, and I'll fade back in when something interesting or more interesting starts. This is life, you know. This is life. He asked me to bring diesel yesterday because he was down to the last few drops. I brought 19 litres of diesel out, and when I got here he was sitting there because the bloody tyre had gone, could do nothing. So these guys helped us out, and this morning Diane phoned to the local town, to some suppliers, and the guy said, yeah, I got this Russian tires, so 500 euros plus it's cost me. I'll just show you the tires. I'm driving this Iveco without any road tax. It's a risk I had to take. So these are the Russian tires, the inner tires, I mean the front tires, sorry, and the back tires within the tubes. They weigh about 100 kilos each, these back ones. So there you have it. Okay, over now for now. So I'm not sure if I was recording last little bit, I don't know. The camera does its own thing and it probably can't hear my voice commands. So tire is on, it's inflated, the jack has been removed, the chocks have been removed, shortly the compressor will be removed and will be again operational. So thank you to the Bulgarian team. As I said, it won't be for free, but as I said earlier, I couldn't exactly call out the Automobile Association, the Royal
automobile club or the German ADAC or anything. I have to rely on local help, and they've done a great job. I have never ever in my life had to change a tractor tire, and I didn't have to change it this time, but at least now I know how it's done, and it was very good. So over now for now. So I don't know what I filmed until I get back and put the SD card in the computer. So anyway, they fixed the tire. We thought they'd fix the tire. If you can hear this, we're losing all the air to the valve holes. Doesn't mean to say the hole is here, it can be somewhere and it's in a tube, so it won't last for long. So they're on their way back, and I don't know what they will do now. It's a brand new inner tube, a brand new tire as you saw before, and we're losing a lot of air, and the guys are now back here, so we'll see what the problem is. I'll come back in a little while. Over now for now. So they can't fix this problem here out in the field. He's saying to me that the inner tube is not good, or something's not good, and it's under guarantee. I just bought it, so he's going to put some more air in it now, and we'll drive it back to 1 or 2, 3 kilometers back to the base, and he'll take the tire apart again there and then fix it somehow, which means our plan today to finish cutting the lucerne is now not a plan anymore. So we'll go back to base and have a couple of beers and think about it. They're doing the work, I don't know what I can do. That's life, you know. Take the rough with the smooth. Plans change. Nothing is concrete out in the ULU, as I say. You know, it can be weather, can be mechanical, can be like today, problem with the tire, hydraulics. There's always something that needs repairing. I can't afford, you know, 100,000 John Deere tractors. I don't get any subsidiary for that at my age anyway. I'm too old to get that kind of backing from the EU. Timo could probably get it. We'll work it out. But yeah, disappointing. Puts us back 2 or 3 days. That's it. We have a problem with the other tractor, the early man, that the power take off the PTO is not working. There's a problem with the clutch. We need to fix that. So we just don't have a tractor we can use until this is repaired and the tires are repaired, and then we're back on the road again. So that's it. No point me keep moaning on. So there you have it. Subscribe, whichever way the wolf head is. Cheer me up a little bit, and over and out for now. So we got, I don't know, maybe a third of the way back, and the tire is completely flat, and it's probably, looking at it now, it's probably fucking spoiled it. I'm sorry for swearing, but that's not good. That's not good. So now I have no idea what to do. The guy sitting in there either try to pump it up, but you know, this tire hasn't been on the vehicle for more than what, 10 minutes, and it's completely gone. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And I made this mistake one time in the Touring, that I didn't realize I had a flat tire. The suspension is that bloody good, but I drove on it and completely ruined the tire. I'm lucky I didn't ruin the rim. They're aluminium rims. These are at least steel rims, but that tire don't look good. And now they're looking like they're going to jack it up again. So I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't have a clue at the moment what the plan is. Hopefully they're not going to put the other new tire on. Maybe they are. It's an expensive outing, you know. I mean, these tires are like
250 euros, and I can't see what guarantee I'm supposed to get with it, because actually there's nothing wrong with the tyre. He's trying to say there's something wrong with the beading on it or whatever, I don't know. But I'm the one that's paid for them. Well, the company's paid for them, and they've made a repair which hasn't worked. And he makes a joke about, yeah, it's Bulgarian master's work. Yeah, it's a joke, but it could be an expensive joke on me. I need to get this tractor fixed. So it looks to me like they're gonna change the tyre for another new one, and I don't know if this one is salvageable or not. I mean, Timo isn't bloody stupid. He would have understood to stop as soon as he lost or felt that the pressure had gone. But I didn't think it was going to run out that quick. I mean, the guy just pumped. You just saw him put the compressor in. I mean, that has to be some leak for it to go down that fast, you know. Okay, not in a very upbeat mood. As I say, what to do? Things are sent to try us. We'll get over it. And if not, we can always drink more beer and worry about it tomorrow, or the day after, or the week after. Okay, over now for now. So I think I'm going to call this clip Tractor Disaster, because that's what it seems to be. Anyway, Timo tells us he stopped straight away when pressure went, so hopefully the tyre is not a complete write-off. And the Bulgarian Meister is now going to change the inner tube, the second inner tube from the second new tyre. And well, at the moment it's just damage limitation, so we can get back to the base of the cooperative, and we'll see what the inner tube, I mean, an inner tube in comparison to the price of a tyre is not the end of life. If the tyre is not destroyed, then I'm not so unhappy. But maybe there's a problem with the valve on that inner tube, or maybe he pinched it with a crowbar when he's putting it in. I couldn't really say, we'll find out later. So it is. So hopefully in the next 10 to 15 minutes we should be on our way back in the direction back into the village, because out here is nothing except farm workers. It's an almond orchard over there. Tractors working over there too in a pair. In that direction is Yamble. You won't probably see the silhouette. There's probably not enough definition on this camera, but that's the central Balkan or mountains. I mean, this Stare Planina, there's the central old mountains. And yeah, we're out here in the ULU. There's nothing out here except us, sunflowers, snakes, and biting things. And that's it. So there you have it. Over and out for now. As they say, that things come in threes, and we just got that fixed, and so he got the lucerne cot. It's lying in the fields, and then we come to use our baler, which has been working okay so far this year. And this is from East Germany. I mean, an East German factory. I think it's pronounced Fortschritt Baler. And again, as I said somewhere in some of the films, she also went kaputt. And basically, this is the new part, and that's the old part there. And she fits onto this drive here. And so Timo said, this part is broken, and so we managed to, with some help, managed to get a part sent by a courier for the next day at a cost of about 45 euros. We put it on, set all the chains up, started it up, and it broke again straight away. So there is something in here, either this os, I can't remember what os is in bloody English, or the lager. The bearing is either gone, or the shaft, the half shaft, the shaft, that's what I'm trying to look for. But we can't do anything with it at the moment, because Timo's got a working, paid job, a big job up in Nirvana, so he's away. So that was the second thing that went wrong, and so I said to the volunteers, the workaways, okay guys, you know, we'll do it the old-fashioned way and we'll make a haystack. And none of us had ever done it, actually ever seen it being done. So we looked at a few films, we got the idea, and so they came up with this, which is doing fine. And I'm using some advertising nylon. I buy it in big rolls. You see it on the motorways here in Bulgaria, and it's all painted up with advertising on it. So this is just the plain stuff. And I got some special clips. They're called hold-on clips. I think they're manufactured in Sweden. You can use them on tarpaulins when you don't have the proper eyelets. But I don't know how long it'll hold in the strong winds here. I see that one over there is possibly ripping already. So that was that. That was, you know, being self-reliant, having to think on your feet, and tractor was out, back in, then the baler was out, back in. So the guys were driving the flatbed Iveco, bringing the ryegrass in first from this, and then from the other field where we actually had the breakdown. And there is some ryegrass over here, but not a lot on the first cut. And then they came to me and said, "Oh, Robert, the front tire on the Iveco is down." Oh, great. And it probably, as I guessed, be a nail or a screw. It turned out to be a small screw. But the point was, I couldn't get the wheel nuts undone. I could not physically get the wheel nuts undone. Now, I ain't stupid, well, not completely, and I understand about leverage and whatever. So I got, you know, a really long piece, 1.5 to 2 meters of scaffolding bar to extend on the wheel nut spanner. Couldn't shift it. I just couldn't move it. I tried bashing it with a hammer. That just caused my hand to hurt from the vibrations. And swing around, you can have a look. I'll continue talking. So the young lad Jack down there you saw in doing the steps at the moment, he's only 18 years of age, but he's a big enough lad. He couldn't move them either. So Timo's away. He could have probably done it. He's strong, and as I said, you know, I ain't no spring chicken, and I only had a hernia operation in March, and I could feel, you know, this pulling or pushing when I started to put some stress on the bar. So I thought best not. So I went back to the farm over there, the cooperative, and the guy who changed the tires, he came over. Where's the tools? Blah 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 blah. And okay, it wasn't easy for him, but he did manage to break them open. And of course I only have a small bottle jack, and it was in the field. We had it chopped up and everything. But then he puts I gave him a big piece of wood in case it falls off the off the jack. And they put it under the doors and lower it down, and then they put it on the sill of all daft places. So he dented the bottom of the door a little bit, and now I can't close the door from the outside properly. I can't open it from the outside, but so, you know. So it's just one thing after another. So tractor first, then the baler, then the Iveco, and I got 2 out of 3 back on the road so far with a few bruises and dents. So there you have it. So what to do with the weather being so bloody hot every day, and all these bits and pieces coming up, and having to do logistic runs to feed 7 people at some stage here. It's just been a tough month, and it's flown by, and you suddenly realize, wow, I haven't uploaded anything for a long time. And the subscriptions are going up slowly. Thank you to everybody, existing and new subscribers. And I'll say it again, I still need more subscriptions. I would like your subscriptions. So please click on the wolf head. I never know which side she is or he is. And let's see how we work out. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to cover for today. We'll tie up some loose ends, get some editing done, and get some uploading, and try and get back in business on a more regular basis. Thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me. Over and out for now.